I seen the streets cry blood.
So I want to know, what type of person do you suggest, read The Alchemist?
I feel like anyone who can read, probably grades 10 and over, is going to completely benefit from reading The Alchemist. I feel like it's a beautifully written, readable book that talks about Santiago and his personal journey to find fulfillment.
And you had one of your quotes that you had on your notes. I want to share that with everybody looking today.
So one of my favorite quotes in the book is, "It is the possibility of having a dream come true that makes life interesting." And the book also talks about how the fear of failure will stop you from achieving what you want to do that brings you the most fulfillment, which the author refers to as your personal legend.
But it's true, you said something interesting also, and I look at when people do movies, sometimes people try to do a movie, it takes 10 years to get made.
Right.
And then you said something in the book where it said it can take a week or a month or a year, 10 years for you to finally reach your goals.
Absolutely, it doesn't happen overnight to most of us, maybe a few of us. Sometimes it takes 10 weeks, sometimes 10 years, sometimes even longer, but the point is that while you're on the journey to find your personal legend, you're going to experience so many things through conversations with other people or experiences with nature that make everything more worthwhile and kind of connect you and your soul to the earth and why you're here.
So in this situation, The Alchemist, this is the 25th edition, the orange copy, which is mine.
Yeah.
And this one, which edition is this one?
I don't even know. This is the one that you can pick up right now at any bookstore.
At any bookstore.
At any bookstore.
And so he wrote this book in 2 weeks.
2 weeks.
What year was that he published it?
I feel like it was 1988.
88.
1988. He wrote it in 2 weeks.
And sold over
60 million. Well,
it says 150 million in the book.
Right, and it's been transferred into dozens and dozens and dozens upon of languages.
Yeah.
It's been made into plays. There have been various movie attempts.
Praying for the homies, man, I'm hoping there's a heaven for it.
Could this book apply to a child growing up in a single parent household, and tell me why?
Absolutely. I think
I may ask the question again because maybe a kid who doesn't have the support.
Right.
Not on purpose, but mistakenly, some households is not strong, supportive households.
Right.
So how can a book like this, help a child in that situation?
I think a book like this can remind a child, especially growing up in a single parent household, that they have the strength within to realize what they want to do. And this book can also help whoever's reading the book realize that things don't happen overnight and that you really have to be committed to what you want to do, and that it takes a while, and that during your personal journey you will find other things that are happening that will benefit you as a person.
So what got you into reading books?
Honestly, I've been reading books my entire life. What really got me into reading books, I'd say more than one a week, is when I turned 24.
More than one book a week?
Right. I turned 24. I moved to Brazil. I lived on an island where no one spoke English. I brought about 20 books with me, and I just motored through them because I was so lonely. After that, I've just been hooked on reading, and this was recommended to me by a good friend maybe 15 years ago, and since then I've probably read it a couple times.
Niggas over hoping they can find some drugs inside.
And then also in school, didn't you major in something with writing?
So I did my MFA in creative writing. So I spent 2 years at the New School in New York. Woo-hoo! And we did a lot of reading, and we did a lot of commenting, and we did a lot of writing our own stuff. And I feel like my personal journey, if I might be a little personal here, would be to be a successful writer. And I mean successful as in I write a body of work that I feel is exceptional and that I feel confident in and I feel has benefited me and will benefit others.
Can this book help an athlete who questions himself? Because on the court or on the field, you see athletes, go through so much, they question themselves, they bring stuff from home, bring it on the field or the court, vice versa.
Absolutely.
How can this help, an athlete?
Matt, this is genius. This is almost made for an athlete. This is about a boy named Santiago. He lives in Spain. He has a dream that he is supposed to go to the pyramids in Egypt to find a treasure, and that's what he is on this earth to do. Meanwhile, Santiago is a shepherd. Like, how the hell is he going to change from being a shepherd and getting rid of his sheep and doing all this traveling? He doesn't have the support of his family. He doesn't have the income, but he has this desire. And that's what he needs. He has this desire, like an athlete would have a desire to do what he or she does best. And during his pilgrimage, to get to where he needs to go, I mean, that's the beauty of the story. He meets with a king, he meets with an alchemist, he meets with many merchants, and he stops and he has conversations with them, and he questions whether or not he should pursue this road or just stop and give up, turn around, go home, and continue being a shepherd. I'm not going to give you the end of the story, but during the story you realize that he's already accomplished half of what he wants to do throughout his journey. And I think that's what's most relatable, and that's what's encouraging to anyone, be it an athlete, an artist, a writer, a teacher, a doctor, who's in pursuit of something that gives them the ultimate fulfillment.
That's great. And so I'm going to read this book. So every interview I do, I actually didn't read the book because I'm trying to get I'm trying to see what books people feel that I should read. And then hopefully do more interviews. So I'm going to read this book.
He's totally going to read this book.
I'm going to read this book.
You're going to read this book. And
then you have any questions, MettaWorldPeace.com. Any questions for Randy? Maybe you can follow Randy.
Instagram me. You can follow me on Instagram. I'm into social media now. Randy Snyder News.
Follow, Metta World Peace 37 Instagram, Randy Snyder News Instagram, and we see you soon. Thank you.
Can we get a high five?
Yeah, let's do a high five to the camera.
Bricks cry, black tears. Oh, the pity of these niggas mind appear, but it's not there. I saw a red mark.